and welcome to Angel's Corner. Today I wanted to talk about staying loyal to pain and worshiping pain as opposed to staying loyal to God and worshiping God. Sometimes we'll worship the problem more than we worship God. We're told to cast our burdens onto Him and to come to Him about everything and just leave everything at His feet. But sometimes we'll just constantly think of what we're going through. We'll constantly think of the pain instead of bringing it to His feet. That's us worshiping the problem, staying loyal to pain when we can stay loyal to a God who is going to solve that, who is going to use that pain for our benefit. Everything works in our benefit, but it can't work in our benefit if you're staying so loyal and complacent to pain. You have to leave it at God's feet. You have to cast your burdens onto Him. You cannot worship that pain. You cannot stay loyal to it. You cannot act off of it because you have to let it go. You're meant to let it go. You're meant to give it to God. God wants that. He wants all of the parts of us that we don't want. You can't stay loyal to a part of you that is angry, that is hurt, that is upset when you could give it to God, when you could be loyal enough to God, when you could have enough reverence for Him to listen to His word and give it to Him. He wants the pain that we're not meant to have. We are not meant to carry around pain for all our days. We're meant to cast our burdens onto Him and we're meant to give it to Him. Don't worship the pain. Don't let it take over your mind. Let God take over your mind because He's going to give you a peace that surpasses all human understanding. A lot of times we worship the problem and we don't even realize it. We let it consume our brain. We let it play over and over again. And instead of letting God consume our brain, instead of letting God have such a say so in our life, we let pain dictate our life. We're staying loyal to hurt instead of staying loyal to God. We're following the desire that hurt brings us instead of the desire that God brings us. The ideas and the feelings that God places in your heart is different from the ideas and feelings that pain places in your heart, the ideas and feelings that anger places in your heart. The hurt that you're feeling, you cannot let it dictate your life. You cannot stay loyal to it. You cannot let it consume you and think about it constantly because that's not what God wants for us. He wants us to give all of that pain to Him because He knows what to do with it. We don't know what to do with pain besides sin, when that pain should cause us to worship. You have to be loyal enough to God that when pain comes, when trials comes, that's when you start to worship. You don't start worshiping the problem. You don't let the pain consume you. You don't let the hurt consume you. No, you have to go to God and you have to worship Him in the trials. You can't stay loyal to the trials. You can't stay loyal to the pain. And sometimes us staying loyal to pain is us repeatedly choosing the same thing over and over again. When God shows you that someone isn't for you, when God shows you something is not for you, or that you're not meant to have it, yet you still go out and pursue this thing, you still go out and pursue this sin, that's you staying loyal to pain. Disobeying God and acting on our own emotions, that's us being loyal to pain. We're being loyal to something that causes spiritual death. We're being loyal to a sin. We're being loyal to the world. That is something that you should not be loyal to at all. You're being loyal to the world and you're being loyal to your worldly feelings instead of being loyal to a God who wants you to cast all your burdens onto Him and wants you to give every part of you that you're not meant to keep. We're not meant to keep this anger. We're not meant to keep this sadness. We're meant to learn from it and have God use it in a way that's going to benefit us in our life. But you're not meant to hold on to it forever because that's going to turn you into somebody that He does not want you to be. You have to use everything for your benefit because that's what God intends for us to do. The pain that you're going through, the hurt that you feel, that is all going to be for your benefit. That's going to be a lesson. That's going to be something because God isn't going to put you through anything for a reason. But back to what I was saying. Um, Sometimes we stay loyal to pain in ways that we can't even realize in the moment. We're staying loyal to somebody who's constantly hurting us, who's not of God. That's you staying loyal to pain. You're staying loyal to a sin that you can't get rid of no matter how many times God has shown you how it's ruining your life. That's you staying loyal to pain. You're constantly replaying hurt and anger in your mind. That's you staying loyal to pain instead of staying loyal to God, who wants you to give that to Him, give you peace of mind that surpasses all understanding. Because once you have that, you're going to realize how inadequate staying loyal to pain is, because it is very inadequate and it's very lackluster. It's not worth it. And as someone who stayed loyal to pain for a while, God gave me this revelation a long time ago, actually. He gave it to me last year around this time, I believe. And I realized that I was staying loyal to pain. Like I was just worshiping it at that point. Because instead of letting God consume me and instead of letting his words mean something to me to the point where I listen, I just kept being in pain and I kept going to God about it. But I realized that I can't keep going to him about something that he's tried to deliver me from multiple times. Sometimes our heart is hardened and we stay loyal to pain and we stay loyal to something that's not good for us. Just how God hardened the Pharaoh's heart, sometimes our hearts will be hardened and it'll just be hardened towards the truth. But that's a lesson for us. But I realized that I was letting my heart be hardened towards the truth and it wasn't working out for me. And I couldn't keep going to God and asking Him to help me when I just wanted to stay loyal to the pain and I didn't want to give it up. Sometimes not letting go of something is us staying loyal to the pain. So I just want to ask you guys to let stuff go and not stay loyal to pain because it's not something that we deserve. We deserve a lot more than that. We're called for a lot more than that. So that's my message for today. I pray that it connects with somebody and that you all have a blessed day. Bye.